You, what up? What up? All right, which looks good. All right, looks good. Only question is whether or not TikTok looks. Anyway, what's going on, people? There we go. How everybody doing? Also, bit of music. I've been tweaking Streamlabs. Do you see what I put in the Jersey Troll in the projects? I have not. Outside of the shorts I've been posting, I've been kind of in my with social media. Speaking of Discord, I finally got around to changing the channels around a little bit because there's more categories now. Because it, I didn't like how I had it set up initially. Like how some of it kind of came off as the Discord was specifically zero game design. That's not really what I wanted for it. But you added a Lego mech. That's cool. Yo, Taco. What? That's 1,950 damage. Cool. Oh, I see the missile. Yeah, like a nuke strapped with proximity bombs. Like the proximity mines from GoldenEye. Uh, all right. So, uh, I've been in my um. Long story short, just been trying to balance my time out. Have you been seeing what I've been posting? I'm doing some videos on these cards. Just some game design talk. Uh, like I told you before I started, it was mainly just so I can kind of work on consistency, like convincing myself to show up for myself, basically. Um, but it's been eating up more time than I anticipated. uh, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I wanted to pop in today just to show you this. So I've still been working on it. Even though I didn't do a dev stream for the last 2 weekends, I'm still working on it. Like I said, I'm trying to get a better, I guess, grip on my time. I've been busy. So yeah, stands. Yeah, I like this shader though compared to the old one. Because the old one was kind of like a hologram type thing. This you could say it's a hologram too. Um, but you can see more detail in it instead of just like a glowing highlight. I also tweaked their sabers shader so it's less of a distraction, I guess. Less solid. That way to put it. Is that Tio Teo? Appreciate the share. We're on TikTok. So yeah. The other reason for today's stream is I'm trying to do a triple, I guess a triple stream. So I'm actually live right now on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. For those over on TikTok, if you want to see a more full screen experience, because it is cut off on the left and right, you can swing by the Twitch or the YouTube. But yeah, so for those who've been tuning in to the dev streams, you know that when Zero's in his Doppel form, which I think he's tired just like me for real. When Zero does a special attack, he could send out a clone to do it. But now there's this guy, this clone that has little green outline to him. He functions differently than this one. And I will show you that. Yes. What did she ban games? It was basically like a purple silhouette. You can still see some detail. Like basically, it was a color like a palette swap on Zero's sprite to make everything purple. But in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is the reason I made the switch, it's just a straight up copy of Zero. No palette swap, none of that. Have you thought about changing the jump animation more similarly to reflect the original game? Yes, but I'm not an animator, so if I can find something close to it, sure. I don't like the jump though. I thought it was full grade out. If I recall correctly, he it's just a copy. It might be like a little darker or kind of transparent. But I thought in MVC it was just a like a copy of them. The Shippu from the main games that I remember was purple. That's why I made this the original. I originally gave Zero Shippu. I did that. I made it purple. That one still uses the old shader though. All right. So what we already know about the clones is Zero can just send them out, right? For his specials. Let me make this guy immortal. So now what Zero can do is call in one more elf. This one's green. So like for those who don't know how I went about it, the elves are basically just visual indicators of how many clones Zero has at his disposal at the moment. So right now I have 2, so I could do that. Doing this gives me a 3rd. And the way the 3rd works is instead of copying specials, the 3rd copies regular attacks. So let's see, let's reset that. It's still not finished. Like there's a lot of work that needs to be done to it. Like for example, if I do this, that's not what I was trying to do. Like the clone floated up with me, but it wasn't doing that attack. It was doing like his regular swing and was floating in the air. So my train of thought right now is to have add. Yes, add. My train of thought right now is let the 2 purple clones handle copying special attacks and let the green clone handle copying everything else. I want to test having the green clones also mirror special attacks, but it's been a bit of a puzzle because the green clone and the playable Zero both share the same like script and animator. So I have to go into like the player control script and like cut off certain bits of code that shouldn't run if it's the clone and all this other stuff. But I like it so far. It's especially if I use the recoil rod. Just slashes everywhere. Hence the reason why I kind of opted towards making the clones more or less visible, which I still need to like tweak the blade trail and all of that on the clone, because when you have a situation like this, you really can't see what's happening down there. it's just you just see the 2 pairs of recoil rods getting swung around. Let's see. Do you know what boss you'd incorporate into the game of any? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the 4 Guardians, Copy X, and Omega. Let's see. Why have a team help dev the game better? Mainly because I originally started this project not to make a zero game, but to practice certain mechanics to eventually use for an original game. And then it kind of just turned into an original game because kind of focusing to make it a zero game gave me a sense of direction as far as like what I wanted to learn. But yeah, here we are. Down the line, there are certain aspects that I will probably be reaching out to people for. As a matter of fact, a couple of voice actors actually hit me up not that long ago, who wanted to do the Guardians because they did it. They did like a fan animation on YouTube, so I got the opportunity to kind of hear them for each of the Guardians. Not bad. Level design. Our boy Triz is gonna help me with that because I'm definitely not a strong level designer. So yeah, check out Keely Crew. All right. With a branch path help like scripting, if green, replicate player input, if not. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Um, hmm, possibly, right? I think I might try that just to see. Because I have looked at the code that handles having the clone copy the attacks. It does two things. So it copies one, it copies his animation, but the way it handles the clone actually following Zero's position, it's not synced with where Zero is in the animation. Instead, it's just set to keep the clone a set distance. Like if Zero gets a certain distance away from where the clone is, it'll just slide the clone over. I need to have them more synced up. Can Zero taunt? He could, then I broke it. He could at one point. I kind of broke that feature. It'll be back though. I mean, he can still do this. Hold on. So those who've been here, you know what this is. This ain't the right music for this though. Oh well. He can still do this. Okay. See. I'll have to look at it. TikTok. So long since I've seen you work on this. Yeah, well, I've been doing dev streams on weekends. The exception of the last 2 weekends, but yeah, I've been doing dev streams to at least, share the progress with the project because I know how long it takes between dev logs. Let's see. Projects. Projects. I changed the name. Oh, that one is gray. Hmm. Where did I see the color one? Maybe it was from Infinite. Marvel's Capcom Infinite. Yeah, that one is completely grayed out. Huh. That just still gets me. Is there any way I can experience this by myself? So in the description, you're on YouTube, yeah. So in the description, there's a link to the Patreon where you can try it out. This build isn't uploaded yet. But it'll be soon. I need to clean up. Actually, I might just go ahead and upload it instead of waiting until Doppel is cleaned up because I need to find some bugs anyway. So hopefully people can find some. So yeah, you can find this in the link in the description over to the Patreon. Go on, what up? Hold on. Welcome in. So yeah, what was I originally saying? Oh yeah, so purpose of this stream, one, I'm trying out the dual stream with 3 platforms, so Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. Two, I wanted to show you what I've been working on for the last 2 weeks with Doppel. And 3, I just miss y'all, man. I miss the homies. The mid-air twerk is crazy. Hmm. Can't cancel that. That was weird. So weird. That happy coding. Appreciate it. But that was fun though, so far. Especially so there's the other thing I forgot to show you. It works so far with the Buster. The shield is what I'm currently trying to fix. Works with the triple and recoil rods and doesn't work with chain rod yet. I'm kind of holding off on setting it up for the Z knuckle because I want to like I told y'all in the last stream, I want to rework how the Z knuckle. Well, I just want to change the Z knuckle's animations. I don't want to really rework Z knuckle, but I do want to rework the triple rod. So I'm kind of holding off on those two, and kind of focusing just on getting Doppel set up for. Well, it's pretty much done for this. I'd say it's done for. Wait, is it done for triple? I mean, recoil. Let me see. Okay, so it's not done for recoil because it didn't copy me in the air, just on the ground. All right, so it's almost done for recoil. It's definitely done for Buster. I'd say like 90% done for recoil. Haven't set it up for this yet. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to handle it for the shield. And the triple ride, it on the ground it copies, but not in the air. But you're gonna be changing how this works anyway, so just get, you know, the opening scene from RoboCop. That's what happens with the Buster. I've been following this development for the longest time. Well, I appreciate you being here. New Dark Zero form. Nah, it's it looks dark because it's purple, right? But it's based on Shippu. So the attack where Zero sends out a clone. And now we've incorporated Sogenmu or Twin Dream, where Zero has a clone that makes, well, that completely mirrors what he does. The dark form, there's actually going to be a dark form, and I was going to give it to Zero, but I think I want to wait and give it to Omega. Let Omega have the dark form, which is there's a model for it already called Chaos Omega. You can look that up. It's a VR chat model, but it's made with Unity, so it's rigged for Unity, which means I can just use it. I won't have to rig it myself, which is a lifesaver because I hate rigging. Let's see, are you releasing to the public? So you can try it out over on my Patreon. It's a Mega Man ZX. Nah, it's based on the original 4 games. I don't really have anything ZX inspired in this, now that I think about it. Other than this, which is technically Kingdom Hearts inspired, but well, that didn't connect. Sir, I need you to get hit by that. Well, we found one bug today. Nene, what up? Welcome, man. What y'all doing today? Are there gonna be augmentations to the Buster based off your element form, like how it's done with some of the MMZ games? Yes, but I haven't gotten to it yet. It's gonna specifically be for the shard shot, so the regular shots won't be augmented by the element, but the charge shot will. I'm kind of like making my rounds with like the more niche features of each weapon. And right now the current one that I'm focusing on is the shield. Because the shield already does it, except for Doppel form. So like regular form, it just a little extra hit. Fire, explosion, and that has an AoE to it, so you can hit multiple with it. Thunder. So thunder, like the whole gimmick of thunder form is that it's supposed to be anti-air. So if you hit an enemy with it and then you recall it, it'll send them back to the ground. Because on thunder form, your goal is to fight on the ground, not in the air. That said, thunder form is kind of busted in the air. Like, hold on. Let's see if I can do that combo. I always mess this combo up. I'm gonna try it. Got it that time. So yeah, Thunder's wild. Especially because you get an extra 10% attack speed, so you can get a lot of follow-ups that you can't get in other forms, just because the animation plays faster. Oops. Have you ever had oxtail soup? I've had it one time, and it was delicious. Doppel shield explosion causes a second shield to come out. Oh, like with the second, how would that second shield like behave? Like would it stay latched on, or this is how you know it's not working, because I'm pressing the recall button and he didn't throw it. I mean, he didn't recall it. Like, it's completely broken for Doppel right now. But back to what I was saying. The wind form one, so this one's opposite of Thunder. So wind form, you want to stay in the air. So the recoil on the shield is a launcher. So you could do something like whip the end of it. Yeah, I'll do it again. Ah, come on. I need that back, Chief. Ah. One more. Oh, never mind. That combo you're supposed to switch. I just do it this way. Oops. There it is. I forgot I was supposed to, after the second Coenzon jump cancel, I was supposed to recall the shield and then double jump. Wait. You don't need to be under that. Need you to move over here, sir. There we go. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. The green wind effects are so good. So, full disclosure, they weren't made by me. They're from the asset store. I kind of just tweaked the particle systems to kind of have the look that I wanted. So, like how the little lines kind of circle around and what color they are and how they fade into a different color. Like some of them are white that fade into a green. Stuff like that. I've been following since day one. You're an OG. What I'm finna play, G. So over on Patreon, you can find it. once we hit a certain milestone with the project, I'll probably release a version over on Patreon that you don't have to pledge anything to try out. That's a little down the line though. I know when we finally do finish the project, I'm just gonna release 2 versions. So there'll be one version where you'll get 4 boss fights, and then there'll be the version specifically for the Patreon supporters, where you'll get the extra 2 boss fights with Omega and Copy X, and I'll probably put Mythos Zero in that version. Let's switch these. Put these on. That contrast is clean. Except Thunder. Thunder doesn't have a contrast. Hold on. Fire one though. That purple, or it's kind of like an amethyst. So this move, Ken from Street Fighter. That's where I got the idea from. And this is where I would emote, but I broke it, so. Can I do a shield combo with the... Yeah, just recall at the end of it. Kenny over on TikTok, appreciate the follow. Herculean Labors. Appreciate the follow over on TikTok. By the way, if you need scoring, I can help. Bet. There's a Discord. I don't think I have a link to the Discord over on TikTok. I might. I'm not sure. But I do have channels in the Discord for people do music, art, and all that, so you can showcase your stuff. So feel free. What game is this? This is a moon jump. That's a bug. That's 2 bugs today. This is a 3D Mega Man Zero fan game I've been working on. Who is Mythos Zero? Oh, Fitz explained it. Chaos Omega is going to be special edition. Yeah. So the special edition, they'll get that extra phase. I might make Chaos Omega playable for Patreon version. I gotta figure that part out because I'm leaning towards just giving Omega the Chaos Omega form, and then the playable Zero would just get Mythos Zero. That way I can give Omega like a second phase in the boss fight, because Omega was going to be exclusively to the Patreon supporters anyway. And he said Mythos Zero is a Zero from the album. Yeah. It was a cover art, but it was official. Like, it's an official version of Zero from Capcom, so just wasn't playable, unfortunately. Zero's Devil Trigger, yeah, that'd be dope. One of my bigger questions is enemy variety and behavior, since things work a lot differently compared to the game. Right. And that's something I am eager to kind of start experimenting with. Um, I've been just super focused on Zero's combat mechanics. Um, but I feel like we are definitely at a point where I need to kind of set that to the side for a second and focus on enemies. Uh, at least for a little bit. Um, which is why I started another project, like a small little one-off, where I'm gonna kind of play around with enemy AI, and I'll be doing a devlog on YouTube for that soon. Um, the Adventures of Lonk, as someone put it in the chat last stream. That bang 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 pull my mythos trigger. I can hear it. I can hear it. Um, uh, Frost form still. Whoa, Frost form still needs some work too. I mean, aesthetically, out of the forms, these two are my favorite. Mechanics wise, these two are my favorite. But this one, Doppel, is kind of about to overtake these two. But yeah, Frost needs some work. One, I'm not happy with the effects. Especially freezing. Like, I want to have get up. I want to have another shader kind of overlay the enemy shader, so it kind of looks like he's frosted over instead of these little snowflakes just popping up on him. And then they kind of just leave, right? They don't, you know, fall off or fade away. They just pop out of existence. What else? The freezing mechanic, like the build up to freeze an enemy, that doesn't get applied yet when he just hits them regular. Honko, appreciate the follow on TikTok. But I do like this. Love that. Like that. That's satisfying. That was weird. All right. But that brings us back to this. And that. So, I'm still trying to figure out certain things I want to do with it. But I kind of figured out a way to more easily tell the animator and the script which attacks they can actually clone. So for example, if I probably about to see a bug, but let's find out. So on the script, which on TikTok, I don't think y'all can see this because it's cut off. But YouTube and Twitch, you can see it. There's a script that handles like all the attack parameters and stuff like that. Like, is it a grounded attack? Is it an air attack? Can he cancel out of it? Things like that. I added this new section at the end that says can be used with Sogenmu or Twin Dream, the clone. And if it can, it will take the name of the animation state, because Zero and the clone share the same animator. It will take the name of the animation state or the path to that state, I should say, and it will send that, which layer it is, and the current time, like what frame is that animation on when the main Zero goes into it, so that when the clone shows up to do that same attack, it starts from the same frame. So all I have to do to get Zero's regular attacks working with the clone is to go into the animator, click on each state, go to that script right at the bottom, click this checkbox, and then add the path to that state. NWH, appreciate the follow. Deep Red Trail. Oh yeah, yeah. Y'all can thank Fitz for that one. Fitz looked up some color codes for different trail colors. That contrast. And I think they're pretty sick. Like my favorite right now though, because my favorite color is purple, so I'm kind of biased. But that purple and green, love it. This too though, like that crimson red, that's sick. Oh, birth of the legendary urine engine. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Switch back. It went purple that time. Oh, I know I went purple. I coded it so hold on, let me turn this off so you can see what I mean. I coded it so in base form when Zero does an elemental attack, it will the blade trail will change to match the color of the element. So it overrides. So your engine is it's kind of gone now. To any buster combos, I got you. It's gonna take place in its own story, or are you gonna basically remake one of the OG games? So the original idea was maybe remake one of the, well, not like a complete remake, but place it during then, like one of the OG games. Now it's kind of turned into its own thing. I think in one of the streams we kind of said it could take place between one of the original games as like a combat, like the combat simulator that Zero was doing to train. I think that was one of the ideas we threw around. Because this project was never intended to be a full game, more like a glorified demo of what a 3D Zero game could be. And then it kind of expanded. Like I wasn't planning on doing 6 bosses, for example. I wasn't planning on adding the element chips. I wasn't planning on adding all these weapons. Because, like I said, my original reason for starting this project was just to practice mechanics, practice different coding techniques, so I could use that for an original project. And that's still the goal. Once this is wrapped up, I'm going to take this and turn it into something original. You're making a Mega Man game. How do I help? How do I help fun? So I do have a Patreon where you can donate, not specifically for the Zero game, but it's just this and future projects, I should say. But it's not required. Like, it's completely optional. If you want to try this out, it's like one of the higher tiers. I say higher, it's like the second tier. Yeah, it's like the second tier. But like I said, once we hit a milestone with this, a certain milestone with the development of this, I'll be putting out one that be on the free tier on Patreon. Will X be playable? No. You can fight X though. I can do the costume system especially. Maybe. It depends on if it's just like a palette swap, or will I need other like models? Because if I need other models, then that depends on how much work it takes to like swap this model out. Because it's more than just swapping the like the actual like FBX, the model. Like it needs to have Like I have to set up the IK, like the inverse kinematics. I got to set up the attachment points for the weapons and all that stuff. Are you going to be able to implement Zero's elements affecting the other elements' power? Like, you mean like combining elements? Cause I think we had a conversation about that last stream, I think. The enemy I kind of hope to see was big caliper things from Z4, that small little robot with the knuckle. That would be kind of cool. I've seen some 3D models of bosses from 04. Not 04. Can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the Zero games. That wasn't the Guardians. We'll see. I would like to have like one giant enemy fight. That'd be kind of cool. But we'll it's down the line, you know, kind of out of scope. As for the placement, it could be during the gap between 1 and 2 as a side story, off-screen adventure. True. Good. Yeah, yeah. My 2 cents make it a maybe in a combat sim at a resistance combo before Z4. So he's training, and if you want to add those bosses, like, good point. Good point. I have it take place right before Z4. Then as a bonus practice for law physics, you could give the option for the. That would be sick if I could get the cloth physics to work for that, and have Zero wearing that. That would be sick. I'm writing that down. Taking notes. I gotta look into that. This cloth physics is something that I need to learn. You still cooking this? Yeah, it's still in the oven. It's a slow roast. Appreciate the follow. Any plans to include Zero versus Omega fight? Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be the 4 Guardians, Copy X, and Omega. Copy X is gonna be 2 phases because I think I saw a model for his Seraph form, and then Omega is gonna be 2 phases. It's gonna be the one, like the regular one, like from the OG games. But I'm probably gonna give him. I'm either gonna give him Chaos Omega as a form, or I'm gonna give him Nightmare Zero as a form, or Black Armor Zero. One of the two, 3. Angel form Copy X. Yeah, yeah. That would be kind of. That could be the giant fight. The whole thing is just Zero training against the strong enemies. Right, right. Like logically, it would make sense for that to be kind of the purpose. Like yeah, I like that. We have plot. It was some. Oh, also be testing out this. All right, so Twin Dream is not active, so no clone. Now it's active. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So it's gonna. Hold on. What's going on with the clone? Let's see. So, did he even play the animation? No, he didn't. The clone didn't even play the animation. But this is what I mean, right? Because the clones are literally just copies of this object with all the scripts, all the sub object, all the like parented objects. And the way I'm making the clones actually copy Zero is it's essentially taking your input as the player and it's sending that to two objects. It's just a delay for the second object. But because of how it's set up, some information isn't making it to the clone, and that's what I need to kind of fix. That's why I haven't done this yet. Like the clone throwing the shield. I haven't done that yet because it's more than just, hey, telling the clone, hey, copy this animation. And the chain ride is a bit niche in its setup because it was a pain in the ass is what it was, but like it took me 6 hours to get this first animation to work. So I had to get the animation. Like it came from the asset store, full disclosure, but it wasn't compatible with the way I have Zero's hierarchy set up with all the objects and the IK and all that stuff. So I had to basically, what's the term? There's a specific term for it, but I'm gonna just say remap the animation for my hierarchy. All right, so the fact that the clone isn't even going into the animation tells me one thing. Tells me to check to make sure I named it right. Yeah, yeah. I shouldn't. This doesn't even matter. That a little bit. What else? Just shows up and not does it. It's 0.7. Exit time is 0.3. That was 0.7. The whole thing. What is this song? I'm almost at the end of that playlist. Let's go ahead and just start it back over. And add. All right. Any plans to include Zero versus Omega for? I think I already answered that one. Yeah. All right. Do I want to spend time? Because I only been live for what, an hour now. Got about another hour. Do I want to take the time to figure this out? Anime is not playing anime. That's weapon. Oh wait, there it is. State could not be found. That's what I was looking for. State could not be found means something's off about this name, and I see it. That was on me. So when you tell an animator to go into an animation state, you have to make sure you get the name right. So the name of the attack is C-Rod_combo 1, but it's inside of a state, like it's a substate. So you got to put the substate name first, then a period, and then the name of the animation. And I misspelled this. I forgot to put the S at the end of it. Like right here. One letter. Programming in a nutshell. I I can't wait to see people doing crazy DMC endless combos in this game. Look, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see it. Cause I'm pretty sure like the stuff I've been figuring out, like when I lab with this, I'm pretty sure people are gonna find out. Like I'm pretty sure that's just like barely scratching the surface of what you can do. Cause for example, I found out that you can dash cancel in this by accident because I didn't code dash canceling into the game, but there is like a frame in the attack script where for some reason you can just do the dash input, and if you get it on that frame, he'll just dash cancel. And it doesn't work. It don't hit me. It doesn't work for all the attacks. Like I said, I didn't program dash canceling into it. Like, so matter of fact, I'll do this. I'll do an attack and spam the dash button to see when the dash comes out, right? Like sometimes it'll come out, sometimes it won't, right? There it is. Like the frame to aim for is like right. It's right after you hear right after you hear the slash sound effect. There it is. And I didn't program that in. It just happens. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna fix it. I actually like it. But like I said, it varies depending on attacks. So it's hard to really get the timing for it. Whoops, I meant to make you immortal, my guy. Like that. Aw. Anyway, I'm supposed to be testing something. All right, so it is currently active. The clone did the animation, but it didn't do the whip. Didn't oh no, shit. I know what this is. Know why it's doing it. So remember when I told you it took me 6 hours to get the animation hierarchy set up to work right with Zero's hierarchy? It's the same situation with the clone. Here's what I mean. Let me show you. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, it's gonna be kind of cut off. The screen's gonna be kind of cut off for you, but so you can swing by YouTube and Twitch, or YouTube or Twitch, if you want to see what's really happening. So let me go to 0, right? And I'll go to, let's see, where is it? Chain rod combo. Maximize. So on TikTok, like I said, it's cut off on the left or right, but these are all keyframes in an animation. But over here on the left side, these are all objects in Zero's hierarchy, right? So these yellow ones mean that that object can't be found. So now these, the ones you see now, these aren't related to the issue. These are from that asset that I got the animation from. Like right here it says cape. Zero doesn't have a cape. So the problem is this. The animation needs to find each blade on the chain rod and animate them. And it looks specifically for this path right here. Now the clone does not have this path. And I'm willing to bet the reason why it can't find it, one word in this path is different on the clone. I got to figure out what it is. Not sure what it might be though. That's the tough part. I don't think it's any of this stuff. Honestly, I don't think it's this either. Tell you what, I'm not gonna spend the rest of the stream trying to fix it, but I do want to see something first though. It said dash canceling on accident. That's a feature now. Oh yeah, it's not a bug, not at all. It's a feature. I appreciate the follow, Elandu. I think, can I wish list this out? If I could put this on Steam, I would, but I can't. This Capcom would be mad. All right, so what I want to do is I want to pause the game as soon as I do the whip attack. Wait, too early. Need the clone to pop up. And I'm just click this. All right, there he is. All right. So you see the clone is doing the whip attack, but it's not extending like it's supposed to be. Also, one of them's not colored. Oh, all right. So that's what, 3 bugs today. All right, so there's the clone. There's the object for the clone. I need to go to animation, the clone selected, and find chain rod combo. That's interesting. I was expecting this to be yellow and say missing, but it doesn't. That's interesting. The path is fine. Interesting. Okay. Let's check. You. I need to enable the chain rod. Right now, that's the wrong one. See, now I'm remembering just how much of a pain in the ass it was to get this whip to work right. So, all right. Hold on. Let me go find it. Not these, not these. Need the other blades. There they are. All right. So see how if I play the animation like this, I wants to do it. We still don't get the trail though. I'm probably gonna have to fix the trail. So I wonder if the reason why I didn't actually do this, because the bug might not be as serious as I think it is. And I need to check something. I need to check and see if uh when the clone spawns, I need to check and see if this object is either enabled or disabled. Because it could just be that. Because that was an issue I had with the Buster. When the clone copied Zero's attacks with the Buster, he didn't pull the gun out. He was just shooting with his hand, like shooting key blasts. So let's see if that's the issue. It might not be as serious as I thought. Said Narene, appreciate the follow over on TikTok. They got the whip working once gaming and said, okay, now do it again. Right. All right. So let's check. Because I think that's the problem. So here's the clone. First off, I need to change the shader on this because the clone's saber hilt should be the same color as the blades. Second, this is bothering me. How'd I miss one? Anyway, uh the object for the recoil rod, I mean chain rod, it has two sets of blades. It has the active blades like this when Zero's actually attacking with it. And when Zero's not attacking with it, it cuts this object off and turns on another object, which I just call display blades. And if we look, I'm in the clone object. Here's the active blades. Should be active right now, and they're not. The display blade is. That's the problem. So it's not the big issue that took me 6 hours the first time to set up. Thank God. I just need to go to where is it? I think it's this. Yeah, I just need to edit this because it checks if the player controller is currently attacking, and if it is, then it swaps the two objects. But I don't think it's checking. Well, not don't think it. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's checking on the clone. So we'll see what's happening with that. Repulsor blast, repulsor spread. All right. Should be in an update. Yeah, if active is attacking, clone isn't going to be doing a grapple attack. There it is. Non-attacking blade set at the false, attacking blade set at the true. So this isn't happening on the clone for some reason. This is being called good there. Ads. So let's check. The player controller reference is right. Hmm. Wait, I don't have a reference to the state machine. I did. Apparently not. Well, wait. Yeah, I don't. All right. So tabs. I actually closed some of them. Hmm? Excellent. What? Oh wait, did I not make it? Oh, these are backwards. There you go. Plan on mixing platforming with the combat. Uh, so right now the idea is kind of like Bloody Palace from Devil May Cry, where there's a traversal section with a combat section. But I feel like incorporating the platforming or just the traversal system in general into the combat would be um a good idea. Especially if you've been watching the I'm saying a lot. The videos I've been doing on these cards. The last video, the one that went up today, is on functional space, like incorporating the setting, the environment into gameplay. So I do want to figure it out in some way. It's just whenever I try to add something new, or even just think about adding something new, I have to figure out how to work it into the pre-existing system because a lot of times 90% I want to say of the issues I run into when I work on this are all because of the initial scope of this project. Like the initial scope didn't include a lot of features that it currently has. So when I was doing the framework of like the original version of this, it wasn't set up in a way where I could go back and add new stuff without having to break something that already exists. And that's the challenge I face whenever I add something new. Most of the time, I have to break something. So, incorporating combat and incorporating platforming into the combat, which in the Mega Man game, right, that's a staple. Like, the environment does get used in most of those boss fights. Um, I would need to first, like, I guess, process is try to add it first, see what it breaks, fix the broken stuff, repeat. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, kind of thing. I wouldn't say once. Yeah, yeah, in a way, yeah. 2 step forward, 1 step back. It's like progress is being made, but in order to make the progress, you kind of have to lose a little bit of it. All right, so let's see if it is fixed. Oh, 0. All right. It kind of did it. Like towards the end, it activated. Oh no, that wasn't the clones. Wasn't the clones chain rod? Yeah, it was zeros. Still saying state could not be found though. What state are you talking about? Ship control. Oh, never mind. Yeah, ignore that. So are you telling me it might not even the clone might not even be like the copy of this script that's on the clone might not even be going into this function? Because it does appear, because the clone has it out, that sets the display blade. Change element is working because that clone blade is purple. Not sure if manage trail is working. And I am getting a ton of errors. I know where these are coming from. Where is it? Where are you? These are coming from this. Right. I haven't set this up yet. Same thing goes for the one on 0. For right now, I'm just leave like this. 0, where's your? All right, so that's your chain rod. And then the same thing for the clone's chain rod. No, that was the clone's chain rod, not 0. 0's chain rod is there. Oh yeah, I did do this for 0's. All right. I don't think that's gonna fix the issue. It's just gonna stop all these errors. I gotta go for now. I'm gonna play. See more. Keep it awesome work, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great week. Have a great rest of your day. Hey, just joined. Are you doing a second hitbox for the clone? Yeah, it has its own hitbox. But welcome in. That was the problem. I stand corrected. So we're good now. The trail doesn't work though, but like I was saying earlier, right now I kind of feel like the clone, having the clone use the same visual effects as the main 0, I feel like that's a little bit too much visual clutter. So I may need to figure out a way to either I need to either not give the clones some of those visuals or make them a bit more transparent. Hmm. Oh, also the clones don't affect physics when they hit the enemy. So like, see how when I hit this enemy with a regular attack, it'll push him, and the clone's attack didn't. So when I was testing this, I started to notice that the clone would push the enemy too far on that second hit, which would make Zero's like follow up whiff. So I just decided not to let the clones affect physics. Specifically, this one, like the Twin Dream clone, that one can't affect physics. The other ones do. Oops. That's a lot. Bitch. Wait. You asked for this. Wait, nah. You don't have my permission to die. We gotta do it. There we go. Infinite loop. uh, see. I missed some messages. Hold on. By the way, I'm thinking of adding a game like segment in between levels where you play as Fitz or Ken, fly to the. That'd be cool. They go for it. Wouldn't it be easy to have a second damage be applied to the enemy? It kind of like take the clone attacking away. Um, let's see. And 2261. Appreciate the follow over on Twitch. Having a second, like basically a delayed damage, like faking the hitbox, could work, but I would have to figure out how would I set that up because the timing would be weird for it. Because I think right now, um, the way it works right now seems to be working fine. It's more of a my issue right now is more so like the visual stuff. Functionality wise, I think it's fine. Just ask Chat GPT or DeepSeek. They always have. What if the clones use animation frame? Hmm. So that's something I hadn't considered. The issue there is the fact that Zero and the clones share the same animator. So, and a lot of Zero's functionality comes from animation events. So I would have to be careful with that method because if the clone missed a specific animation event, it would break it. For example, let's see, what's an animation event? I don't know. Maybe so. The sound effects animation events, the trails and the slash effect are keyframed. So even if I skip the frame where it toggles on, it would still activate whatever frame past that. So that's not an issue. Uh, what else? Zero's movement during attacks are handled through animation events, but the clones don't move through that. That's actually blocked on the clones, so I wouldn't have to worry about that either. Um, hmm, it's worth checking into. Onyx, it's worth checking into. Maybe had the slash from the clones. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. I don't know if you can change it without changing Zero's weapon trails. Uh, they are so they're separate objects. Zero's trail and slashes, and the clones trail and slashes, but they share the same material. All I would have to do is duplicate the material, put the new material on the clones, and then lower the opacity. So yeah, that's a definite option I can do. Matter of fact, making a note to self to do that. That's more than likely that's how we fix this. Okay, more than likely that's how we fix this. All right, so what I'm gonna do now that so now that we got the crisis has been averted with the chain rod. So it's safe to go to the rest of these and just copy this. All right. I still have to do like the air version. We'll get there. Gamer Sans 3608. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the likes. Blastifer. Blastifer, sorry. Get blast from. All right. So where we at? Broken text. All right. And not worried about that. Oh god. So the trail works. But it's a lot going on. Wait, the trail wasn't active on the last one. Okay, so the trail isn't active. That's the main trail I'm looking at. Hmm. I think that last hit whiffed. Think. Hold on. All right. There we go. Wait. Yeah, that's the last hit on the clone whiffs during that. Hmm. Having a delayed, like a fake hitbox, would help for stuff like that. Because that way I won't have to worry about the clone visually being in range. Um, for they hit the line. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, physically being in range. Visually, if the clone's not in range, it shouldn't hit. Like if the enemy's way back there and the clone swings like this, it shouldn't connect. So I mean, it's working like it should as far as when visually an attack should connect. But I don't know. I want to see something. Okay. The sound effects too. I think I'm gonna lower the audio source on the clone. Or I might disable the audio source on the clone entirely. Not these though. They can keep it. Trial and error. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lower it. That's a lot going on, like audio wise. Let's see. Where are you? Oh wait, it should have reattached to 0 because it's disabled now, right? Didn't. All right. Well, I got a reference to you, so you can't hide. There you are. Your audio source. Right there. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna turn them off. Hmm. I don't know. No audio makes it seem weird. To me, anyway. But compared to how it sounded before, like, jeez. I think I also want to try out what Fitz posted. Making the clones grayscale. because visually that'll help your eyes kind of differentiate between zero and the clone. Which I would technically need. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's bring one out. Or I could just just do this. Kind of a fire pose though. Hold on. Why are you out here aura farming? Got the blade out in one hand, Buster in the other. All right, so it's kind of cool looking. Just play around with some values. I don't think this shader has like monotone. I would have to actually go and like grayscale the material myself. I mean the texture. Yeah, I would have to grayscale this myself. Or isn't it this? Wouldn't this just matter of fact, hold on. Make a copy of this first. Color texture. If I took uncheck that, would it not import? Ah, never mind. It don't work like that, Keely. There a way I can? Ah, would this do it? Nope. Again, it don't work like that, Keely. Oh, because alpha source. I'm tripping. I just need to cut off the channels, but I don't think I can do that here. Yeah, I can't do that here. I can't cut off the color channels. That's not it. Swizzle? Don't know what that means. Wait. Give me a reorder and invert texture color channels. Oh. That's cool. I don't need to invert though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have Photoshop on this computer anymore. I don't know if Paint can grayscale or something. Matter of fact, I don't think Paint can. I think I tried it before in Paint. I tried to grayscale something and I couldn't do it. Well then. I mean, I could, if I wanted to keep like some of the details, I would need to grayscale this texture. But technically, I could just put a solid. Hold on. Here's what I mean. Get a square. Where's the square at? The solid. this one. I put it on the wrong material. Right here. And then I can kind of start playing around with like, wait, go back to that. Start cutting off stuff like gloss. That's a rim. There's an outline. There's a matte cap. The issue here though is like the closer you get to, well, closer you get to black, the more transparent it is. But I can probably fix that with, matter of fact, let's just switch it to full transparency for right now. And then we'll kind of go dark. And I have to cut off other stuff like wait a minute. The matte cap's off. Self-lit. And I'm making so many changes to this, I probably should have made a copy of that material first. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. Hold on. I just got an idea for the thumbnail for the next devlog. All right, let me make a copy of this. Where we at? Got like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna try this just to see how it looks. Do some combos, and then I'm gonna wrap it up because like I said, I wanted to do this stream just because it's been like 2 weeks, and I wanted to kind of chat with y'all, show what I was working on. Like I was saying earlier, what I've really been working on for the last 2 weeks is trying to find a balance between all this stuff that I want to do. Because that sense of burnout is creeping up. And it's not specifically burnout for the Zero project. It's just burnout, period. Because I've been busy. Like, matter of fact, like for the last 2 weeks, my daily routine has pretty much been get up at 5 a.m. for work. 5 a.m., 5:30. Work by 7 a.m. Back home by 4:30 p.m. Take an hour, like to like mentally reset, get something to eat, work out. So let's say I got home at 4 p.m., right? So now it's 5 p.m. Then 2 hours goes into working on the videos for these. That was 7 p.m. Another 2 hours goes into working on either Zero, the Legend of Zelda project, or just trying something different, like learning something in Unity. That was 9 p.m. And I still haven't eaten. I still got to get a shower before bed. So let's say I stop here. If I stop there, and I haven't meal prep. I need to start back meal prepping. But so now I gotta cook. After I cook, need to eat, get a shower. Chances are I'm not going to bed until like 11, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Then it's straight to bed, back up at 5:30. Um, and I pretty much just spent like the last 2 weeks trying to build a routine for myself. Wait, do I have a? I have a grayscale one. It's not really a grayscale one. It'll work though. But yeah, um, trying to commit to a lot of the goals I set to myself, like consistency, which is why I started doing these videos. Um, just hit 21, 79 more to go. But I'm having fun with the series though, because it's making me really like think more in depth about game design. Um, but that aside, um, just like I said, showing up for myself is what I've been trying to work on for like the last 2 weeks. But I still need to find a balance between stuff I want to work on and things that I do just for myself. Like I haven't actually played uh the game. I haven't played the game more than like twice over the last 2 weeks because I just been so busy doing stuff. Oh, you. All right. Um, it's three mesh. Ah, okay. So we still got, like some variation, a little bit of detail. Let's make them a little darker. But then again, it's the same thing. The closer you get to black, it starts to go transparent. I'm gonna go cut off some of these things. Hold on. So we don't need. I'm skeptical about outline. I'm gonna turn outline off. And self lit, cut that off. Gonna cut off gloss. Damn. Self shadow, I think I'm gonna leave on. Rim light, we'll cut that off. Matte cap, cut that off. Maybe now let's keep matte cap on. Matte cap adds a little bit of detail to it, right? But I won't make it as intense. Let's reset transparency and then switch to color. Then play around with transparency. My only concern, which for right now is just because of this little test space is also mostly gray. But no, let's see it. I just want to see what it looks like in action. Enemy Mafia family, appreciate the follow over on Twitch. Hmm. The audio source is back on. Well, it definitely makes it easier to kind of track zero. Could probably make it a little more transparent though. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let's get close to 50%. And that's much easier to track, but it's also kind of hard to see the clone. It's like trying to find a balance between being able to still like see the clone, but also not having the clone obscure your view of zero. Because even then, it's still a lot going on down there. I wonder if I can if I changed depth. I don't think the shader has this. Oh, it's not render queue. Basically, just have zeros mesh get rendered on top of the clone. So that way it wouldn't matter. But for something like that, that's priority. That's priority value. The render pipeline uses calculate render. I don't think that's it. I don't. That's what I'm looking for. We have to go check the documentation. Out of curiosity though, let's do it. Switch it to one. I don't think that's it, but I mean, the only way to really tell is if I let's see. Let's put it like this. Wait, no, I wouldn't be able to see it here. I would need to see it. All right, you. I mean, it kind of look. No, never mind. That's not why. gonna just move you in front. Or not. There we go, there we go. I needed in the game space, I needed the clone to overlap 0. So it's not, I mean, I could use this. I could put the clones in a different rendering layer. So that way 0 would always be rendered on top of the clones, regardless of physically they were overlapping. I need to find the 3D equivalent of sorting layers. Because I know when you work with sprites, you can use sorting layers to handle this type of issue. I'm gonna look something up. More ads. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's actually possible in 3D at least. I know how sorting layers work in 2D. All right then. I would have to do like a custom, what's it called? A custom pass for the camera. Yeah. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. There doesn't have anything. Bones shouldn't be casting shadows either. Oh no, this isn't a clone. This is main body 0. All right. Well, I mean, we can always change things. Such as making you even more transparent. Nah, it's borderline invisible. I definitely can't say. Ah, I don't like it. Actually, no, let me go to a different surface. Nah, he's still like a ghost. I think for right now, we'll come back to it. For right now, I'll just switch him back. But it's definitely something we need to figure out. I think I'll at least darken him a little. Wait, not self-lit. Um, uh, where is outline? Oh, only 0.8. I'll leave it alone. All right, I'll leave it at that. Save. Cool. 2 hours, 9 minutes. Yeah, I'll wrap up here. Um, so yeah, this is what I wanted to show y'all. That I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Still working on it. It's getting there. You're getting there. The next zero devlog. That's also something I've been working on for the like last week. The script. I've been kind of revising the script because I keep coming back to this to make some changes, and I got to go back to the script and revise the script based on what I changed there. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and just set a hard cap on the current progress and just do the script based on where we're at now, and so I can go ahead and get the footage, like my A roll, my B roll. Um, Got to record the commentary and all that stuff. So I would say the next devlog would be. See, I'm not 100% sure how busy work is going to have me, but I'll say 2 weeks out. All right, maybe 2 weeks out. Um, and then I have another devlog with a different project, a little side project, the Legend of Zelda one. That'll be 2 weeks after that. So I want to get on a 2 week, 2 to 3, like give myself a little leniency here. Schedule when it comes to uploading long form videos, just because of how long it takes to do this stuff. With my work schedule and all that. Um, so expect to see some more one-offs. Not just zero. This isn't a zero YouTube channel. Um, so expect to see some more one-offs. When it comes to the Art of Game Design series I'm doing, I I may switch it from once a day to one every other day. I'm not sure. I've kind of streamlined my editing process for these now, so I don't know. Like I said, my goal right now is consistency, so I'm trying to really stick to it, hold myself accountable. But yeah, Zero Devlog 2 weeks out. The Legend of Zelda one 2 weeks after that, and then from that point forward, I have no idea what I'm gonna be making videos on. As far as long form goes, um, I thought about tutorials because I have been asked for tutorials, but I'm not sure what type of tutorials people want to see. Um, or just what type of tutorials that people want. Um, I know some have asked about tutorials for the Zero project, which um honestly probably not. That's a tough one because there are so many like tiny systems that make up this project that I would be doing tutorials for this system. I would be doing that for like the rest of the year. I won't. Well, that's a little bit of an over exaggeration, but at least like 6 months. It would just be each tiny little minute system that goes into this. I wouldn't be able to do a tutorial like one video that's like, let's say I'm generous and it's like a 15 to 20 minute tutorial or 30 minutes. Even that's not enough time to explain like all the stuff for this. I would have to break it into parts. And those parts, like I said, would go on for like months. So I don't really want to do. I want to keep it more beginner friendly. Uh so also I want to apologize because Streamlabs didn't show me all this chat that I missed. Like, holy shit, Goro Majima, if you're still in here, what's up? Uh, Corey Robertson, Katana, what's up? Uh, Hazarder, the water break, I do need to hydrate. So yeah, I wasn't ignoring y'all. Streamlabs just didn't update my chat. Holy shit. Oh, my bad, y'all. What I missed? Fitz flew so high he pierced through the world barrier. Oh no. To take one day where you rest instead of work on the Z game. I prefer knowing Stella worked on the fire rather than yo. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Um, judo because I the way I used to go about it, um, I like to do sprints where I really like go in, like lock in, get some stuff done, and then I'll go on a period of rest. But what I'm beginning to notice is the my method of deciding or determining how much work I do before I get that rest. Because before it was um progress based. So I would set some goals for whatever I'm working on. And I would say, okay, you need to get this, this, and this done, and then you can go on break. And how long that would take varied. Like it could be a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then I get a break. but I think I want to switch to like a time based sprint instead of a progress based sprint. So let's say I give myself a week. You go hard during this week. You get shit done during this week. Whatever you didn't get done by the end of the week, that's fine. Take a break. Uh, and I think I'm gonna switch to that. I feel like that would be better in the long run because what I noticed is with the progress based sprint, um, the amount of time I take away from doing stuff, like the amount of time I take during a break, would be equivalent, if not longer, to the amount of time I spent during the sprint. So if I spent like 2 weeks during the sprint, I would take a month and do nothing. uh, so I want to switch to. I want to try to do progress, but I mean time based. Like here's the week. Here's what you. Here's things that need to get done. Off of this list, do what you can during the week, and after that, don't worry about it. We'll tackle it after the break. Maybe how you did the combo system. Yeah, maybe. So when I'm reading through forums, as far as like tutorials go, when I'm reading through forums and seeing issues people run into when they're trying to do certain types of systems, it's Unity's physics that a lot of people have issues with, especially for air combat. So maybe yeah, that could be an option. It's not your bad stream. I should apologize. Even if you were ignoring chat, still interested to see a dev locked in. uh, I feel like a time-based sprint could be good next time you work on it. Right, right. Plus, it'd be good to list of what hasn't worked and what. Right, exactly, exactly. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Um, Starting next week. Well, this week is Sunday, so starting this week. Uh, Trying to gotta find that routine, that balance, because my job eats up so much of my time, and not just when I'm on the clock. Like when I'm off the clock at home, sometimes there's like stuff I have to do that's work related outside of time I'm getting paid for. I'm gonna leave it at that. But but yeah, it'd be a good time to like at the end of a sprint during that break. Like I won't actively be working on anything or anything major. I should say that. Uh, like I'll still be doing stuff, but most of my time during a break will be spent not doing stuff. Like I'll still be, like Judo said, making a list. Like what did I get done during that sprint? What didn't I get done? Why didn't I get it done? Out of the things that I did get done, what could I, done better? What could I change? So some self reflection. I think that'll be healthier for my mental state in the long run. Uh, so yeah, because right now it's like I'm working 3 jobs, right? Um, Teacher, uh, game developer, content creator. That's 3 jobs, all demanding my time, and only one of those pays the bills right now. So right now, the other two soon, hopefully. Uh, but yeah, it's like 3 jobs, each one fighting for my time. But I need to really that Lakey inspired. Yeah, a good song to wrap up to. But yeah, it's all a learning process. I am glad I'll pat myself on the back about the gaming tips, game design tips video. I'm at 21 now, and I did all that in, well, technically 20. Couple went up in February. I think by the end of January, I was at number 16, 17, no, 18, I think. And content wise, I passed how many short form videos I posted all last year. I surpassed that number in a month this year. So it's only up from here, right? Because like context, I've been planning this game for a while and I haven't been able to get anything done for a variety of reasons. One of them being time and another being burnout. And oh yeah, I'm in on your sunset. Main idea is a Roblox Battlegrounds game instead of anime or proper media. Okay, okay. Also, maybe make a dot like a G. Absolutely, documentation. I despise documentation, but I understand the importance of documentation. Like write everything, even if you don't have like a formatted game design document, even if it's just grabbing a random sheet of paper and writing stuff down. As long as you get stuff written down, that is important. That's a habit that I'm trying to really reinforce. Um, Writing stuff down. Like every night for the last 2 weeks, what I've been doing, a brain dump. So everything that I'm, things I might have to do the next day and all that other stuff. Stuff for projects like Zero, what I want to work on for the next day. I just write all of every idea, whatever's on my mind, write it down at night, get it off my mind, get some rest, and I have it ready for me the next day. Hey, even putting small gifts help. I hate docs, but well written docs isn't everything. Absolutely, yeah. Like some visual stuff in there. Um, that's why I like and this isn't sponsored. They sponsored me last year. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Or the year before. Milanote. So hashtag not sponsored. Milanote. Uh they had like the whole like dashboard. So I need to update it. Um where it's pretty much just a big idea board. You put stuff in different places, different pictures and all that. Like for the Zero project, I was using it heavy when I was setting up the sub weapons. So I got like pictures of Zero, like concept art of Zero with the sub weapons, and then under each picture I got like notes on how I want each weapon to work and all that stuff. Like just anything that you can do to take that load off of your head, like off your mind, put it on paper. So that way, that way you don't have to be worried about remembering it because it's written down, it's right there. And two, for me personally, just writing stuff down and just getting it out helps me like figure it out, if that makes sense. Like like the equivalent of saying something out loud and hearing yourself say it, and as you hear yourself say it, you process it differently and you kind of figure it out. Um the Roblox Battlegrounds game, things to work since that who Mansley. I still have the goggles, little face mask. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually kind of comfortable. What helps most too is having people to talk to and having small questions to ask. All right, what the fuck? Poking holes into ideas. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, um, quote I heard the other day. Uh, learning is when you are. Let me see. I got to be careful with music playing now because Spotify just left the playlist I was on and it's playing random music, and I don't know what's copyrighted now. So we go chill out with Spotify. Switch to oh, I found that song I was talking about on one of the streams. That sounds like Sonic, but I wasn't sure. It's Sonic inspired, but it's not Sonic. Where are you? This. Let me see if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear it? It was the song that was playing in that Lythero video I was talking about. That better? But yeah, learning is the quote was learning is when you're willing to have your beliefs challenged. So like, I'm all for like constructive criticism, or even like with when it comes to game design, and I'm talking about the method that I use to achieve a certain mechanic, and then someone comes and says, "Why didn't you do this, this, and this?" Or have you thought about trying X, Y, and Z to get this done? And what I've seen on forums, when people get asked something like that, I've seen them become defensive. Like the way they did it is the best way to do it, and because you are suggesting a different way to do it, you know, you can fuck off. But no, I'm all for it because I like learning new stuff. Now the thing is, I get discouraged way too soon when anyone gives slightest bit of constructive criticism for no. No, you're fine. You're fine. I get it. I definitely get it. Just be clear, because I may understand that that's a big thing about constructive criticism. Because some people don't know how to efficient males. Some people don't know how to give constructive criticism, and it just comes off as criticism, or they're just talking shit. They may not mean it that way, but the way they word it, it comes off like in a negative sense. Like being able to give constructive criticism is a skill in itself. So yeah, I definitely get it. And Judo, it might not even be you in some of those situations with constructive criticism. It might just be the person giving that criticism may not be good at giving constructive criticism. Like even switching around just a couple words. Like if I saw someone do something, like do a certain mechanic, and I asked them if I knew a different way to do it than the way they did it, I would ask them, have you considered, or why didn't you try? Like starting off with why, that kind of might not be good sometimes. So I would say, have you considered XYZ, or oh, that's cool, the way I did it was this, this, and this. Did you try that, or something like that? I wouldn't just right off the bat say, you know, a better way to do it is XYZ. That's, or why didn't you, like, there are better ways to word it. I know I'm going to be asking about the hood for my game since I'm trying to make it Ironman's hood. But I also don't want to clutter it. Might make it so it fits depending on what mode he's in. Light hover mode. Okay, gotcha. Oh, speaking of fits, I gotta look into that shader question you asked. Where was one object where you change one specific color on the object without having to change the whole texture? I gotta look into that because I'm doing a little side project I'm gonna share at some point. Nothing major. It could be because, you know, me and Trizzy and I, we got a game design studio, so we might actually make this, like, take this into production. I'm kind of just playing around with an idea right now, but it involves that feature. Like, I would need to be able to do that feature. Additional HUDs. But yeah, Judo, the whole reason why, well, the initial reason, it's not the whole reason, but the main reason why I made the Discord was for that. For, like, there's a whole channel for devs where you can kind of share what you're doing or ask some questions on certain things, and you are more than welcome to, you know, join in over there. We'd be happy to have you. Modifying the texture sheets. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I know the texture still plays an important part, but like I said, I've done it before. I just need to find that project. Like, I've done it before. This was like 3 or so years ago. So at first when I wrote the code, only God and I knew how the code worked, but now only God knows. Because I'm 100% certain I did not comment that code. Your key is okay if I grab some of the move in your game to make test animations stay reusable. Oh shit, for sure. So, like, full disclosure, like I tell everybody, I didn't make these animations. They came from the asset store. So the Unity asset store. Now Reunion Plus is like 3 animations put together. Like, hold on. So Reunion Plus is specials, but yeah, they're from the asset store. So you knock yourself out. Yeah, there it is. So it's 3 animations. The first one is, let me move this so you can see it because my camera's gonna block this. What? Start. There we go. All right. So the first one's this. Can y'all see? Okay, y'all can see it on Twitch and YouTube, but not really TikTok. Here's the first one. It's this backswing, and then that transitions into this animation. And then after that, it goes back into like the original, like Ryu. Trying to move it so people on TikTok can see it. That right there. And as far as I'm gonna pat myself on the back again. As far as the Zero project goes, like I'm proud of the animation system. Because all right, so I know a lot of people down other people for using pre-made assets. But everyone doesn't have the funds to, you know, pay for custom assets or have the skill set to do like super high quality animations and things like that. Myself included. So use what you got to use to build the skill set you're trying to build. That's the way I see it. Make something out of nothing. So for Zero, like I said, I grabbed a bunch of assets from the asset store, animations. And one thing I like to do though, regardless of what type of asset I get from the asset store, I like to try to customize it to let it be a little different than like out the box, right? Majority of Zero's animations are all tweaked in some way, whether it be blending with another animation or inverse kinematics, so having different arm placements and things like that. So it feels unique to this project. But like I said, my mentality is use what you need to use to learn the skill sets that you're trying to learn. So if you got to use pre-made assets, you got to use a pre-made model, pre-made animations, do it. On a side note, as a result, oh, you did? That's awesome. You had to make an APK. That's better than trying to make an app for an iPhone, iOS device. That's a pain in the ass. That's awesome though. You just want to make your own animation inspired by those atoms. Okay. Well, yeah, go for it. Shoot. Yeah, just go for it. Any part of this project that inspires you to create something, feel free. Cat calling you key made me think of the Keyblade. That one just went out natural, to be honest. Could have said, no, it's fine. Good. Oh god, armorless Zero. Zero in a bodysuit. Zero suit Zero. Oh no. A visual. What's the blue bar? Blue bar. Oh, I mean this. Wait. There you go. Like right here. This blue bar with beside the Z. What are you talking about, Alan? Oh, you mean the Unity, the default Unity model? Yeah, that face is. Oh, it fuels my nightmares. Uh, thing is, Unity has compiler error. Ah, those. Uh, the thing I hate about compiler errors is they only show up when you think everything's good and you're trying to make the build. Like you play the game in the editor, it runs fine, no problems whatsoever. Console's clear of any errors, any messages like warnings, and then you export that build, and then you get hit with like like 100 errors for nothing, and it's normally something stupid like um I know for me, the last time I did an app the compiler errors were all caused by a plugin that wasn't even being used. It was purely because the plugin was imported into the project. So I just deleted the folder. Gotta take care of it. So I'm gonna dip for now. Have fun, y'all. All right, Katana, have a good day. Appreciate you being here. So it's best to right. Definitely. Definitely. At least not every day, every other day. Those compiler errors can be a pain to try to fix. During the dev of that phone game was I coded a whole drag and drop feature. That's awesome. Built it, testing the phone, and lo and behold, it wasn't happening. On the old Unity input system, and decided to want yeah, Unity's weird like that. Um, like when they added the high definition render pipeline, they didn't tell anybody that camera stacking doesn't work in that pipeline. Like initially, they didn't tell anybody that it didn't work in that pipeline. And what I mean by camera stacking is when you have, let's say, like Call of Duty, for lack of another game, any first-person shooter game, right? You have the main camera, which is your characters, what your character sees, like the environment, the other enemy players, and all that stuff. But the gun is handled by a separate camera, right? That only sees that. It doesn't see the level, the enemies, nothing. It just sees that gun. So that way, when your character walks up to a wall, it keeps it from like going through the wall. So as far as your perspective goes, it's in front of the wall. But in reality, that object is like clipping through the wall and stuff like that. So they got rid of that feature in HDRP. You have to do like a custom pass for the camera. And that's some advanced stuff. I don't know how to do it. But I think universal pipeline, the URP, I think you can do it at. But you can't do it in HDRP. Sucks because HDRP is the only version of Unity, well, the only pipeline for Unity that can do per object motion blur, which I know people don't like motion blur, but that's full screen motion blur. Like when the whole screen needs to get blurred, yeah, that could be a little much. But per object motion blur, which is the reason why this project got switched to HDRP, or is going to get switched to HDRP. I can't remember. Am I at HDRP right now? Hold on. And my music stopped playing. Wait a minute. This one. I like Joshua more. I'm at HDRP. Per object motion blur is when the object themselves get blurred when they move a certain speed, not your whole screen. That's visually more appealing than your whole screen getting motion blurred. I know with Unreal Engine, it's like out of the box, you can just do it. But for Unity, you have to switch to its HD render pipeline. And then Unity's input system. I haven't even tried out the current input system for Unity. I use a system from it was from a whole other framework, Invector. They made a third person shooter system, Invector. And I like the input system because it is literally just a script that you reference from your own script. And it's just this. So I can map one input to 3 different sources: keyboard, joystick, and mobile. And it already has like the buttons pre-mapped and all that. I mean, it works for me. I'm pretty sure Unity's input system has some good features though. The new input system. I didn't try it out, to be honest. Oh wait, who's the artist of Dark World Remix? Joshua Morse. Yeah, Joshua Morse. It's good. I got a couple of this stuff up here. It's really good. I'm gonna be using all these in the Zelda devlog video. Yeah, Joshua Morse is good. That boy good. Yeah, that covers it. I feel like I went off on a tangent. But I'll wrap up here. Where's your son? I'm gonna probably use your sunset as my long form outro now. I mean, it was either gonna be that or this. Just 'cause I like the end of it. I'm kind of leaning towards your sunset. Is this the right playlist? Where you go? Checking music up. Jungle Outpost. This ain't the right playlist. All right, hold on. It's on the other computer. Hold up. The big tangent I kept you from cooking to eat. Nah, you're good. You're good. I like having these conversations. And if you're not in the Discord already, feel free to join over there. Got a whole channel with like 3 channels dedicated to talking game design. Ah, there's your son. Put this over here. Switch. Sorry, I keep hearing the mouse switch between computers. Ah, my ears. Coming through. I don't think. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, yeah. They're out of touch with game development and 3D software for about a decade now. Recently started modding Breath of the Wild. Right to start modeling again. Nice to see streams like this for inspiration. That's awesome. I want to learn how to model. I envy the skill set of 3D modelers. I've tried it. I know how to rig and weight paint, kind of, but I really wish I knew how to like really model. I've been following Mega Man X Corrupted since high school. Yeah, it's another one too. Another fan game, but yeah, there's someone on TikTok I've been seeing play Corrupted. I want to play it myself. It looks so clean, like crazy clean. Oh, it's not out yet. So which one was the one they were playing? I just need to find it. Wait, I got a bookmark. Hold on. I got a bookmark. They were playing wasn't Corrupted, then it was oh wait, no, it's a D-make. That's what it was. My bad. Yeah, it's the there it is. Mega Man X8 D-make. Yeah. Either way, that's clean. Like that's crazy clean. But the Corrupted Discord server, is that what you're talking about, Judah? You already got the answers here. We're too fast for you. I need to join it. There are some other Discord servers I want to join. I might already be in. I'm in way too many servers anyway. But there are some I specifically want to kind of be active in. Favorite Mega Man game? All right. For nostalgia reasons, X5, because that was my introduction to the Mega Man series. I don't know if I can really put one above the other though. So X5 was my introduction to the series, like to Mega Man. I really like 04. I haven't finished ZX, so I really can't talk about that. I can't really give an opinion on that. And I really like Battle Network. Like, I really like Battle Network. I really like Battle Network system, like combat system. It was just fun. It was something different. It says Z3 and X4. You said you love and hate X5. The X4, yeah, I do like X4. Battle Network's the only Mega Man series I haven't played. It's different. That's all I'm gonna say. It's different. It's a different experience. And a network transmission. I love playing a classic Mega Man. I never played it. I never played network transmission. Was it on was what, PS2? Was it? I was on GameCube. I had a GameCube. Why didn't I get that? And now I gotta go back and play it. I'm good with RPGs, but I had tried being, so don't start with that. Yeah, I mean, I started with Battle Network 1, so they got better when they started adding, like they started adding different chips and different combat mechanics, and then they added online multiplayer, and all the sweats came out. Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. Like, why not start Battle Network 1? Oh, a rough first try. Ah. Wait, I think you're talking about Battle Network. It just made me remember something. I'm not sure if I still have it packed away somewhere. Y'all remember years back they released those little devices that they had in the show? Where you put the little battle chip in. I had one of those and a bunch of chips for it. I'm trying to remember the PC. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I still have it. Like, is it packed away in something? Because I recently got a bag of stuff that I used to have way back that was still like my grandmother's house. And they brought the bag of stuff here. And I haven't completely looked through everything in there, but like my Nintendo 64 was still in there. My Sega Genesis is still in there. My copy of Sonic 2 and 3 were in there. That one I wanted so bad as a kid. I got Proto Mans, I think. I think I got Proto or had Proto Mans. On the corrupted server, we have times where we have a shot. Okay. That has to be a cool one, I imagine. I'm not sure. I know there was like the main characters like X, Roll. What was the big dude? Wasn't he just Rockman? Something like that. Like the dude with the big chin. But Elect Man being all right, my lord, was kind of crazy. Oh, Guts Man, what? Damn, got that name all wrong. I call him Rockman. Rockman is Mega Man. Oh man, come on, Keely, you supposed to be a Mega Man fan. You said X2? Yeah, I did. Right, you're right. There isn't an X in Battle Network, yeah. Oddly enough, Omega's in Battle Network. All right, 147. Speaking of Omega, I need them to explain, and maybe the game explains it. Like I said, I haven't finished ZX, but maybe the game explains what Omega is doing in ZX. There's a Zero Battle Network though, yeah. Don't screw with Mega Man fans. We haven't had new game outside of 11. Oh man. I'm gonna head out. I have some stuff to work on. I'm probably gonna be trying writing script, plan for a video. Oh, nice. I want to start trying to get into content creation. Go for it. Go for it. You got this. But Leo, hope you have a great day. You'll be a bit lost at first though. Yeah, when I played ZX, when I started playing it, I was kind of lost. I was just running around the base, trying to figure out where I was supposed to go. Oh, but the fight system is really good. Okay. But I got the collection on the Switch, so I probably... back when I played Z4 on a random emulator a decade ago, I figured that's the last I see of them yet. Here we are. Yeah, it's weird. I playing Z games on the phone. So I had like I said, my introduction was X5 on the PS1. The first time I played ZX was on an emulator, a DS emulator, because I didn't have a DS. Needless to say, it didn't function perfectly on a DS emulator, because DS emulators were kind of early around that time. All right. Let's switch up. I think it was that one, Nine Tails. I can't remember the exact name. I think it was that one. It looks familiar. I don't have much else to say, but apart from that, appreciate you. Make sure you live like that. Appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all being here chatting with me. Yeah, I'm working on finding that balance. Make sure you live and learn. Was that a Sonic 2 reference? Speaking of Sonic, going off on another tangent, I watched the movie Sonic 3. No spoilers, but I'm mad I didn't get to hear City Escape. You know, the adjective. Definitely was. Yep, sure was. Seen the end scenes? Yeah, yeah. About to watch it tonight. It was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. Uh, but yeah, they didn't. It's not in the movie. Yeah, City Escape. Some guy rescored it on YouTube and included City Escape. Now I gotta go check. Also love your work today. Any pointers for someone who wants to learn how to make games as far as where to start? Um, the first thing is choose your engine. Figure out what engine you want to use. Shoulder's starting to hurt. Figure out what engine you want to use. So you want to use Unity, Godot, Dreams, Unreal, Game Maker. And then once you pick your engine, and it varies for everybody, but once you pick the engine, start to learn the basics of that engine. So how to place game objects, how to, change scenes, learn the menus basically. And then you can kind of start to move into more specific things, because what I learned after that point is when tutorials and all that start to get specific. So how to do third person shooter, how to do platformer, how to do a third person camera. It all branches out at that point, but most importantly is to get the basics first. Like Judo said, make game design documents. If you want to start the dev process, make sure simple. Like a game jam. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Game Jam. That's a really good one. Um, um, a Game Jam is a really good way to keep it simple because it gives you a sense of direction. Like you don't have to figure out the type of game you want to make because the game just going to tell you, hey, you need to make a game that revolves around this, and then you can take that as your starting point and kind of figure things out. But most definitely learn, like choose an engine first, and then learn that engine. Learn the basics of that engine. If you want to make plans for the game, I recommend channels like GMTK. I to think about things. Did a platformer game jam. Did a platform game jam last year. It was I never I've never done one. I did try one, but it was a while back, and I didn't I didn't finish my entry in time. uh, but I do want to try one. And shoot, maybe one day on the Discord we can host one. Just host a game jam. Which I know I can go through like the site. Jeez. Yeah, I've been talking too much. Starting to go. I can go through like itch or like itch.io or the other site, can't think of the name. And just host one, but we could just do one for us on the Discord. Yeah, that would be cool. Let's see. Next time I'll be available for a game jam. Maybe I'll ask on Keely Discord if anyone wants to group up. Okay. Okay. Uh, graphics. Your friend did all the code. Think it was Unity. Yeah, it is still dev. Let me change question again. I bet I have Unreal Engine installed and plan on learning that. Well, there you go. That's your starting point. Unreal Engine. You got a starting point. I need to learn it myself. I know my bro Trizzy, he uses Unreal Engine. I'm the I'm the Unity guy. I think we'll make a proper platform in the future after we improve. I'll show it off then. But can't wait to see it. Unreal's good. Just know it takes a crazy amount of processing. Kinda. My whole reason for not running Unreal, well, I won't say it's the whole reason, but part of the reason that has kept me from using it is because the editor just runs slow on my computer. Uh, why? Why that? Because Unreal's made for Fortnite. Oh man. I mean, it did take over these dynamic shadows, which not every game has it. That's fair. That's fair. I saw that all blow up recently. A lot of drama vids on it. Ah, hmm, that's weird. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Um, watch the threat interactive. Ah, okay, okay, gotcha. But I appreciate y'all coming through. On TikTok, appreciate the likes, the shares, the follows. most definitely. Nine Tails, definitely fun talking to y'all. I really appreciate the conversation. Um, but yeah, hope y'all have a great rest of your day, evening, night. Have a great rest of your week. Take care of yourselves, most importantly. Yeah. Next stream, I'll probably do another one next Saturday, maybe. I'll do an announcement in Discord. Um, Looking forward to the Zelda stream. Yeah, that's what I want to go ahead and get the zero devlog done so I can do the Zelda stuff because that one it's fun working on that right now. I really want to show you all that stuff. But yeah, I will catch y'all on the next one. Like I said, I'll do an announcement in the Discord for the next stream, which as of right now, let's just say next Saturday at between 9 and 10 a.m. Eastern. Which it'll just be this again. I'll talk about Doppel for Zero, and we can just chat it up. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all be good. Like I said, take care of yourselves. Most importantly, I will see y'all next Saturday. Peace. Also, before I go, appreciate the support y'all gave on the 100 gaming tips videos. I know it's something different than what I usually post, but just want to say thank you for that. All right, I'm going for real this time. Y'all be well, man. Peace.